to murder me, so you know, I think we can talk our way out of this with some incineration. I hear heresy surprisingly often these days. Indeed, dark times are upon us, and wretched souls grow ever more eager to embrace heresy. Yeah. Oh, that heresy, such heretical nonsense. Am I right, chat? Absolutely no heresy in here. Both on Footfall and elsewhere, its foul buds are coming into bloom. Troubling news is arriving from many planets. There are whispers of wicked things taking place on Kiava Gamma. And just recently, a transport ship by the name of Navica, teeming with refugees, arrived on Footfall from Winterscale's realm. Their world was stricken with blasphemous sedition, and such was its severity that they had to flee to save themselves. Does sedition not mean what I think it means? I thought sedition meant to be sitting still. So they had to flee because they were sitting still? I don't think that means what I think it means. The Leech refused to accept them, and so they headed for Foulstone, a desolate cloister of the righteous. It was wise of them not to linger in this den of wildness. Okay, we'll verify this rumor. With great pleasure, Argenta lays a hand on her weapon. I almost wish for the rumors to be true. My heart yearns to battle some heretics. Oh, calm down, calm down. Put away the gun, Argenta. Put away the gun. This is where I bid you goodbye, sister. Noble Commander Emily, is there more you wish to ask me about? Okay, let's see. Is it true the pirate Dan Bellardo was your parishioner? Can we move these conversations over more befitting people of our rank? Why? For a mission, his temple is the patch of deck beneath his feet. Oh, for goodness sake. What about pirate? Is it true that pirate Dens Bellardo was your parishioner, whatever that means, and that he endowed his Drusians with donations? It is. Over the course of his life, the reprobate had burdened his soul with many vile and egregious acts. His confessions were akin to a grand catechism listing humankind's imminent vices and enormities. Okay. It was all the more painful for him to realize that, of all the heinous acts he had committed, not one had been forgotten by the Emperor. Dens Bellardo was afraid of death, and that which would await him after. He hoped to atone for his misdeeds, yearned to convince, if not the Emperor, then himself at least, that he had been more than a conspicuous speck of malignant mold his entire life. Eesh. To accept charity from a pirate and murderer is unbecoming of a servant of the Emperor. None are unsullied. The corruption that drowns us is so impenetrable that I see no difference between the purest and the vilest. Sulla taitaa olla kyllä silmälasivaihtoviikko. What are you doing in Footfall? Yeah. Blasphemous pagers. The usual stuff. Furthermore, rumors from across the entire sector amassed on Footfall. If I hear crewmen whispering about the reclaimed shrine world, or expressing a desire to carry the Emperor's light into darkness among the stars, I help my flock in their sacred duty. Okay. Oh my goodness! I asked a question, not for your life story. The path of true believers leads into darkness. The search for worlds that have lost its radiance, steeped in depravity. Blessed are the deeds of those who give themselves into the void and the warp, in hopes that their actions might bring light into the darker reaches of the expanse, and deliver a previously barren world into the Imperium's service. And all the more bitter is the realization that not all brave souls will succeed in their mission. Footfall still awaits news from the wasteland wayfarer. Farer? Why did I turn into Swede all of a sudden? Wayfarer, an ancient ark of a ship headed for distant stars. Her last astrophatic message was sent from beyond the Cinerus Maleficum, and the stars have kept her fate secret since. Okay. I bear another darker duty. The expanse is filled with the tainted creations of unholy heretics. Those insidious objects are a danger to the soul, but I know what to do with them. Should you on your travels come upon dangerous, corrupted objects, bring them to me, and the reward for your vigilance will be even more generous. The Drusian mission has much to share with the rogue trader. I don't think I will be doing that. I'd like to take a look at what the Saint Drusius have to offer me. Oh, trading. Okay. We will definitely take medkits. What is this helmet? Bonus to taunt. We don't have that yet, but I reckon we will at some point. Is there a reason not to just get everything? This scroll grants the owner plus 15 bonus to lore Imperium. Yes, please. And what is this Bloodhound staff? Devastating 6? The first use of an attacking navigator power per turn does not set the power on cooldown and does not count towards the attack limit per turn? Excuse you? The first use of an attacking navigator power per turn. Does that mean we can do 2 lethal screams per round? Because that seems all kinds of broken. The second use of this power... Okay, keep reading, Emily. The second use of this power or the use of a different attacking navigator power on the same turn deals an additional 6 damage to all targets? And 6 damage to navigator. It got better. I mean, I'm fine with taking 6 damage. That'll heal. After combat, in fact. Once they're all dead. Jeez. Okay. Thank you kindly, sir. Also, what is with his face? He does not seem very happy. Let's trade some stuff here. I think these are probably one of the few guys who accept holy cargo, holy gifts. So let's give those. And maybe some fuel. Can we get up to 5,000? Why do I want to get up to 5,000? That is a very stonking chainsword. That's a big upgrade for Abelard, honestly. And what is his sanctified staff? Emperor's Wrath. Sanctified. What is the... Can't be equipped by this character. Will I burn if I touch it? Is that what this is? Oh, okay. What does Emperor's Wrath do? I don't know. What about the Militant Cloak here? 10% parry reduction, 5% armor pen. Not super excited about that, honestly. Heavy bolter. Oh, but you need strength, which Argenta doesn't have enough to carry that. Okay. I like the chainsword. I think, but not to the point where I want to trade away all of our stuff here. We'll hold off until we have more stuff to trade.
We shall prevail.
I don't want to read all of that, sorry. What's troubling your heart? Bad omens, dark times have come. Ships from the Imperium barely appear at the Corn's expanse anymore. In Footfall's shadow quarters, Taint thrives, and the people here are corrupt enough to succumb to it gladly. Rumors around the expanse say that the cursed Xenos have grown bold and are rearing their heads. They attack ships and settlements, walk under the sun of Imperium worlds like knights instead of covering in the shadows. What's next? What adversities await us if such disgrace is happening already? He's shaking his head. Okay. More rumors. Interesting. There's more and more talk of how poorly things are going on the expanse. Some days it seems like I can't take 2 steps without hearing some peasant pontificating on the matter. Even if it's as dire as they say now, the von Valencia's realm will not crumble under the blows of fate, no matter how devastating. Chin up, Lord Captain. This is no time to lose heart and lament your lot. Who were you in your past? Wretched fiend, blinded by my missions, I served on my home planet's Adeptus Administratum division. I was a shrewd and sly bureaucrat, and I soared to great heights, to the very chair of prefect. In 30 years, I turned my home from a withered fringe colony into a prosperous world. Our wealth grew as we bloomed, but the bloom was a veneer of rot. Opulence had deprived us, luxury had seduced us with its sordid promises. The planet's denizens no longer wished to pray or work. They only sought entertainment and dangerous philosophies. And that's what happens when you get complacent. 1,000 wild heresies and 1,000,000 appalling vices bred on my world like mold on a Nutribar. In those words I saw with my own eyes the shameless ugliness of the soul. I repented, and my hubris left the position. I repented of my hubris, left the position of prefect, and became a traveling missionary. I have been one ever since. As for my world, 20 years later, the Holy Inquisition consigned it to purifying flames. So now that you are seated with baseness, you think you can lecture people? Emperor is merciful of allowing you a chance at redemption. Who said I had redeemed myself? I doomed an entire planet to degeneracy. You think a decade or 2 of wandering with a mission is enough to atone for that? No, I'm a poor excuse for a shepherd in his eyes. You sure are, sir. You sure are. Your words about the past are drowned in murky hues of sickly green, and your talk of the present falls in grey flakes of ash upon the shoulders of your listeners. Sorrow truly weighs heavily on you, Reverend Hieronymus. And that is why the fire in your words is devoid of golden radiance. The faded flickers of teachings leave nothing but black soot on their souls. Wow! Okay, I drew my sword at him, but Cassia, you just murdered that poor son of a gun. I'm surprised that you had any to begin with. Yikes. I must take my leave. Emperor protect. You too, sir. You too. I guess we go talk to the dude now. More of these leaflets. Hey, shopkeep. What's up? Oh, I can't actually trade with you. Okay. And here I was, a shopkeep, thinking a shopkeep would be selling stuff. Hey, aristocrat, what's going on? Nothing? Okay.
Victory awaits!
One sec, chat. Why? Oh, I'm dumb. Nej, sluta. Wait, hold, hold. Oh, I actually need to, yeah. Sorry. Rust Bucket is having a little bit of a spat. She needs her interaction routines degassed. Her pointer arithmetic reorganized. Crystals realigned. What, why? Whatever. I'll fix that later.
Because Baraka trades Xeno artifacts on footfall. They're fairly blatantly at that. And the Ordo Xenos is in no hurry to rectify the situation.
A new challenge for me.
Okay. Let's make a save here before we commit an unbelievable faux pas. We have the leech over there. The guards on this side. Okay. Wow, look at his face. He's basically what's the villain? Lil Me? Mini Me? No. The villain from Austin Powers. I don't remember. Whatever, doesn't matter. My patience, you remember the way out. Dismissed. The tall man in austere grey clothes makes a show of looking past the woman he's addressing. Jay. Oh, hi, girl. Vladim. What Asi put such harsh words into your mouth? You talk like you're an imperial clerk, not one of us. The woman, who is standing with her back to you, lets out an ostentatious sigh. Then her tone changes dramatically. Where's my cargo, Vladim? Falco has it, doesn't he? So that's how you do business with your old friends these days. So you do remember. Then the help will remind you. Guards, escort her out. Okay. Guard. Hey, Dari, move. The massive guard leans down to the woman and says in a lower voice, Jay, get going while he's letting you. Go drown your sorrows at the Amassicus and thank your lucky stars you will able to walk out the door. You won't get the chance next time. Find a disgraced stranger in the Adeptus Amassicus bar. Okay. First an insult and now threats? I see courtesy and tact are no longer valued commodity on footfall. Oh well, I'll find myself a better deal. She turns on her heel and heads towards the exit. As she passes you by, she gives you a quick once-over, winks at you, then immediately turns away with a flip of her jet black hair. She's, based on the portrait, I'm pretty sure she's a obtainable character. I think. A tall man who's been long who has long since noticed your presence, is studying you intently. Vladimir Tokara, Liege of Footfall, let us proceed to my office. A spread befitting a visitor of your rank is waiting. Your entourage will be accommodated nearby. Certainly. Let's go. Please follow me. While you're engaged in small talk, you get a chance to take the measure of Liege Tokara. His expression is aloof and focused, his gestures curt and firm, and his speech calm and quiet, as though he's used to people always listening to what he says. Judging by his observant gaze, he has been studying you in turn this whole time. Okay, so we're both kind of trying to figure out what the squeeze is. Vladimir straightens in his chair and says in a polite but completely indifferent tone, let us talk business. On behalf of the elite of Footfall Stadium, I offer you my condolences, Lady von Valencias. We mourn Lady Theodora's loss, and we hope this sentiment is taken as a sign of our good intentions and willingness to cooperate. That's what it sounds like now. Thank you, Liege. A terrible loss for all of us. I mean, we can also tell him to suck it. But he doesn't care. He's playing the game. And we're here to play the game too, right? So we have nothing to gain, I think, from calling out his lack of sincerity. We're not making friends that way. I hope that under your guidance the dynasty can recover from this blow and attain even greater power. I am impressed by your prudence. Your decision to arrive on Footfall incognito without announcing either the death of the previous rogue trader or your own status. It was quite wise. See? I told you! The rumors will spread sooner or later. It is impossible to keep secret something that's known to thousands of people serving on a void ship. But for now, you are free to reap the benefits of anonymity. As you may have noticed, Footfall is currently in a state of crisis. Its people would benefit from the patronage of a figure such as yourself. I was attacked right at the docks. How's your security doing? An outrageous stunt, a show of disrespect for both you and me. Sadly, such innocent incidents on Footfall are akin to natural disasters, impossible to predict or preempt. They simply happen, says the only spaceport where this regularly happens. Okay? Many consider Footfall to be a pirate den, but believe me when I say that there is a difference between organized crime and gangs of thugs who have nothing to lose. You were attacked by the latter, and the Anvers gang are of punks who spit on our customs and hierarchy. Even the leader is more akin to an ideologue, a rabble-rouser who calls for people's heads, not a commander. Sooner or later you will find him, and having strung up, that will likely cool his followers' enthusiasm. Damn, Cassia, your awareness is insane. Girl, what the heck? Behind the carefully built facade of composure, you sense anger. It appears that this man is not used to losing control, but that is exactly what is happening. Okay. Grin at him. I can tell you've been a real pain for you. I bet you'd love to grab those jokers, wouldn't you? Come on, admit it. You would, wouldn't you? A shark-like smile appears on Vladain's face, bloody and vicious. Back where I grew up, they call it throwing someone for a loop. They carve a particular sign on a person's forehead and then load them alive into the slang disposal chute and send them out to orbit the station. Every 30 years, we clean the orbit and count how many stiffs bearing which signs have been floating around. You have no idea how much I want to throw those little thugs for a loop, like in the good old days. What's the sitch in the region? Troubling. The Xenos raiders are growing more frequent, trade is suffering, and fringe worlds are going under. Rumors of atrocities being committed by enemies of humanity are causing excessive panic due to their exotic nature. The core of the Imperium forces in Coronis Expanse has departed for the sector's border to combat the Xenos threat. There has been no word from them for a while now. Then again, with the distance and the current issues with astropaths, that is not entirely out of the ordinary. Still, we are not yet alone. From several of the worlds hit by Xeno attacks, we received reports of fierce warriors who descended from the sky and entered the fray. The fragmentary accounts lead me to believe that the blessed Adeptus Astartes are operating in the Coronis Expanse, and I await news of their victories with great anticipation. Any Xeno attacks on Footfall? No. Attacking Footfall in general is not a particularly reasonable thing to do. Many ships are docked here at any given time, and even the listed weapons on board them would make for a decent fighting force. And that's not even to mention